Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Aaron's 31 Days of Horror. Today, on this beautiful day of horror, is it horror? It's just going to be a fun way to kind of distinguish what makes something a horror, what makes something not a horror. To make it fun, I've got 5 markers. To be horror, it needs to do 3 out of 5 at least, right? It's got to hit 3 out of 5. I think it needs to be horrific. What does that mean, Aaron? What is horrific? Horror, by definition, is an intense feeling of fear, shock, or disgust. Marker 2, bloody. It's got to be bloody. It's got to have some gore to it. So I'm talking not just like, I got blood on my clothes. No, something awful, something terrible, something big had to happen. Got to be bloody, got to be gory. Third marker, it's got to have this feeling of impossibility to it. There's got to be this otherworldly thing kind of on top of it, or that happens in it. So impossibility. So impossible, though, the definition is it's not able to occur, exist, or be done. So I feel like a horror has to have some kind of feeling of impossibility to make it kind of this fantastical, magical, horrific experience. Now these are just subjective markers that I'd like it to hit. It passes Aaron's vibe check. Well, what is a vibe check? It's my own subjective taste. There is this layer of horror quality to it. There's no way to define that. Only I can kind of define that. And the 5th one's just for fun. Would I be anyone for Halloween in this film? That could really help actually a lot of these films become horror. So that's what we're doing today. Before we begin, I want to say there's going to be light spoilers in this, but I'm going to try my best to be spoiler free. But there might be a little bit of a light spoiler, but nothing that's going to ruin the film for you. Let's do this. So we're going to go through the Conjuring series. I did all the Conjuring films. And we're going to do that real quick because there's a lot of them. There's 10. I have to kind of say this for myself too, to kind of give myself some, to like relieve my stress a bit. This does not mean they're good films necessarily, but just do they qualify in Aaron's subjective standards of horror? And I'm going through it the way I watched it, so the timeline. The Nun. This is not if it's good or bad. This is just if it's horror. The Nun. Is it a horrific thing that happens? Not to me. Well, religion itself is horrific, so maybe I'll give it to that for 0.5 for fun. Bloody? Gory? Kinda, sure. Otherworldly, absolutely, yes. Does it pass his vibe check? It does not pass the vibe check. But you can be someone for Halloween. So boom, it's horror. Done. Annabelle creation? Does something horrific happen? Absolutely. A little girl. Come on. Yes, that is horrific. Is it bloody or gory? Huh. That's not something that I walked away from saying that it was bloody or gory, so no. Otherworldly? Absolutely. Come on. It's Ghosts and Annabelle. Boom. Vibe check? Yeah, it's hard. It kind of is like a thriller to me. Does it pass its vibe check? I think it's more thriller to me. So it doesn't pass the horror vibe check for me. But so far we've got horrific and otherworldly. So yes, people are going to be Annabelle for Halloween. Come on, she's an icon to some. How do I really feel about the Conjuring universe? So it is horror when it comes down to it. Even though that vibe check for me really can outweigh, I do think that there is really an otherworldly and horrific thing that happens. The Nun 2. I really just don't think something horrific. I mean, I guess, these nuns are there is some death, right? I guess. But it's just, okay, we'll give it. Fine. Bloody? I don't think it's bloody or gory. Otherworldly? Absolutely. Does not pass my vibe check. But you can be someone for Halloween, so they're gonna got 3 out of 5. Fine. It's horror. Annabelle, the original. Let's go through it. Horrific. Yeah, that was a pretty horrific beginning of a film. Bloody or gory is not something that I would ever give, I think, the Annabelle. So no. There is bloody, gory moments, but is it bloody and gory, right? Different. Otherworldly, absolutely. And then vibe check? No. Yes, you're going to be here for Halloween, but I really think this vibe check for this one, the Annabelles just really aren't horror to me. Like the series itself is just not horror. So that vibe check just might outweigh the be someone for Halloween because that's just kind of fun. And the vibe check for this one is going to say it's not horror. The Conjuring. Yeah, come on. It's not going to get the bloody one, but it's definitely going to get, it's horrific. It's got otherworldly. It passes my vibe check. But I don't think there's anything it could really be for Halloween, really. Right? That's fun. But still, 3 out of 5. The Conjuring is absolutely. And we're going to go right with the same theme with Conjuring 2. It is horror. They're about the same thing, right? There's going to be something horrific happens, something otherworldly. It passes my vibe check. And you could be the nun from 2. Annabelle comes home. Nothing horrific happens in this. Bloody? No. Otherworldly? Sure, there is an otherworldly fact. It does not pass my vibe check. But you can be her for Halloween, so it is not horror. I said it. Annabelle Who Comes Home is not horror. It's a Goosebumps series. No, Goosebumps is better. Sorry. Goosebumps may even be more horrific than this. The Curse of La Llorona. I can't stand this film, but let's go. Something horrific, yes. Murdering your children, sure, it's horrific. Bloody, absolutely not. Otherworldly, yes, does not pass my vibe check. Yes, you could be someone from Halloween, but this is not horror. I don't even think people would really be this version of her because they'd be a different version. It is not horror. That vibe check is outweighing everything. Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It. Yeah, sure, something horrific happens. I wouldn't say bloody or gory, though. Otherworldly, absolutely. Does not pass my vibe check. No. You can be anyone for Halloween, so I don't think The Devil Made Me Do It is horror, is it? I think it's more mystery, kind of thriller, psychological, thoughtful. Last Rites, okay. Yeah, I think that's something horrific. I'm trying to remember the Last Rites now. I don't know if anything really kind of horrific happens. But I don't think it's bloody. It does have otherworldly. And it kind of passes my vibe check. It passes my vibe check, I think, on that. But I don't think it really could be anyone for Halloween. I'm going back to that. Is there anything horrific that really kind of happens? Like, is there anything that's fear, shock, or disgusting? Maybe The Last Rites to me isn't horror. It's just like an ending, closing to a universe. It's not horror. Stamp. Definitive. Absolutely not. It's not definitive. This is just fun and Aaron's subjective standards. So now we know if it's horror or not to me. But let me know in the comments what you thought. Do you think some of these were horror and I got it wrong? Or you're like, you can also agree with me in a comment. Can you imagine that? Agree with me and be nice and happy. Because what scares us is personal to us. So horror is not inherently sexy, scary. Horror is inherently sexy to me, but it's not inherently scary. Remember, we're not going to boo on each other's scares. So what scares me is great. I love what scares me, and I love what scares you. Happy Halloween.